you're joining us for the first time, thanks. My name is Gabe. I am the creator and moderator of Exeter Living. I am also a real estate broker. I am here at Vino a Vivo and the owner, Tony. So we're going to talk for a few minutes a little bit about the inspiration behind it and what he offers with his wine selections, his events, and that sort of thing. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tony.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure to be on Exeter Living. Yes, this has been kind of a passion for me for many years. I've talked about a wine bar and opening a wine bar in Exeter for at least 10 years, and recently was coming up on retirement, and my wife said to me, "So what are you going to do in retirement?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, a lot of things to do around the house." And she said, "That is just not going to work," because she works from home and she just didn't want me hanging around getting in her hair.
Right.
So I said to her, "I've always talked about opening a wine bar," and she said, "Go for it," not expecting me to actually get it done as quickly as I did. But we were in a space that used to be known as Two Flights Down, a clothing consignment shop that was a fixture in Exeter for many years. I purchased the space from the previous owner and then set about converting this into a wine bar that also offers food, which was a fairly long process, but I've got to say throughout the process the town was very supportive in helping me get through the hurdles of permitting and basically realizing my dream. And just a little bit about the inspiration for this. My wife and I have traveled to Europe a number of times, and we were always impressed by the wine bar culture of Europe, where people gather after work, on weekends, enjoy a glass of wine, perhaps buy a bottle of wine to go home, have a few small plates, and just build that sense of community that we need so much of. And so that is one inspiration, the trying to recreate that European wine bar experience, and I think we do. If you've found us or had trouble finding us, you know that we're down an alleyway in downtown Exeter on Water Street, right next to George and Phillips. But it's a little tricky to find us, so please don't give up if you're trying to find us.
Absolutely.
And the other thing is there's a book called The Great Good Place, which I know serves as an inspiration for a number of gathering places. And for me, it was an inspiration in that I wanted to create a place where people felt comfortable to come have a conversation with somebody they know, meet up with old friends, somebody they don't know, make new friends. And so I've tried to design the space so it encourages that. The music is kept low, there's no television. Sorry sports fans, but there's no television. And we put acoustic panels up to keep the noise down so people can have a conversation. And we have people that come in and spend the whole night here, eating and drinking and enjoying themselves and just, like I said, catching up with old friends. I also tried to design this to be a real wine experience. I don't offer all of the usual suspects that you would find in a wine program. While I do have a Chardonnay and a Pinot Grigio and a Pinot Noir, I also have, I think, more interesting grapes, a number from Italy. I've taken an Italian wine certification course, so that I offer really more of an experience, a wine experience for people. They can try wines that they've perhaps never had before, never even heard of before, but I offer a half-glass program, so you can commit to as little as a 3-ounce pour and try something that you've always wanted to try or never heard of. So.
And how many different types of wines do you have?
We have typically about 50 different wines in total. That's by the glass and by the bottle. We, again, typically have around 25 to 30 by the glass. So it's a fairly extensive by the glass program, probably one of the largest in the Seacoast area, maybe in the state. And I pride myself on trying to find wines that aren't widely available. I work with the distributors to find wines that are called warehouse only, meaning they're not available on the shelves of the state store. And I typically find these orphans that have been in the warehouse system. Sometimes they've got a fair amount of age on them, or terrific wines that are priced right, and I can offer them to my customers at quite reasonable prices.
So more than half of the wines that you have in bottles are available for single glass.
That's correct, and a half glass.
In half glass, which is awesome.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the events that you hold.
We've had a number of events here. We like to call them flights and bites. These are tastings where we have either a winery owner, a winemaker, or an importer come in, bring the wines from their estate or from from their portfolio, and we select 5 to 6 typically for a flights and bites event. The chef then pairs his foods with those wines. I give him some general parameters for the pairings. He comes up with some very creative dishes that we then pair with the wines. We often have a comparison, 2 wines with 1 dish, so you can say, gee, I like that, or I don't like that, or I like that better. And then we in the past, used to say, well, you have to go to the state store to get them, but now we've just recently gotten our retail license, so we're now able to say, if you like those wines, you can order them tonight, and I'll be able to get them for you either tonight, if it's a single bottle, or if you wanted something as large as a case, I can get that and have it in 2 days.
And you're going to be starting a wine club?
We're starting a wine club, yes. As I said, we just got our retail license, and that's really the first stage in doing this wine club, which are tastings that will be run by me, or perhaps I'll bring in some outside people to help me run them. But I will certainly select the wines. These will be wines that I've pre-selected, pre-tasted, vetted, if you will. And you can come in as a member of the club you get the exclusive invitations to these events. You come in, taste wines. If you like them, you can order them that night. And again, I'll have them within 2 days for you to pick up.
Oh, that's great.
I don't think it'll be super limited, but hopefully we'll have a good turnout for the wine club.
Yeah.
And you get, like I said, you'll get invited to a number of tastings throughout the year.
And so you don't only do wine, you also have some food menus.
That's
items.
correct. That's
so
correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, we've got a menu that, when people think of wine bars, they think of small plates, tapas style, where we certainly have that. We've got everything from bar snacks to more substantial salads to small plates. We have a bruschetta, we have Brussels sprouts. But we also have full entrees, so we typically offer 3 entrees a night, and that menu changes frequently. And then we have typically 2 desserts that our chef has designed. We've got one of those rare chefs who is not only a terrific at savory dishes, but also has designed and executed some wonderful desserts.
Yeah, and people really rave about the desserts as well.
They do, and we offer a selection of 4 or 5 different dessert wines that go along with that. And again, that's something that's not generally available in most restaurants.
Fantastic. When you have your events, following the event, you also do a podcast, is that right?
That's right, yeah, that's kind of a fun thing for me to do, because it gives me a chance to sit down after the event, sit down with the presenter, and just talk for 20 or 30 minutes about their wines. And we've done the event, we relax, and it's just an open conversation about the wines. We've had some fun ones where I had a winery owner from Italy come in, from Piedmont, and I happened to have a wine from his estate from 1978, so it was actually from before he was born, because he was only 30 years old.
Okay.
So really, as part of the podcast, we sat down and we opened that wine and tasted it. It turned out, I didn't realize it, but it was the last wine his grandfather was the winemaker on, so it was a very special wine for him.
That's cool.
It just made the whole podcast a great experience for everybody.
And if people want to tune into the podcast, how do they do that?
It's available on iTunes, where they're being produced now. We've gotten the first one up. There are 3 others that are kind of in the can that need some additional editing and introduction and music added to them, but they should be up within a few weeks. And the podcast is called Vino e Vivo. The restaurant is called Vino e Vivo, the wine bar. And if you go on our website, Vino, and then the letter E, and then Vivo, VIVO.com, you can join our mailing list. You can find out about future events. You can make reservations online for either the wine bar or the events. We have one coming up August 20th, which is an event, a tasting of Alsatian wines. So wines from the eastern part of France, right along the border of Germany. So it will be heavy on what you would normally think of as German wines, Riesling and Gewürztraminer. And the chef has prepared some interesting small plates to go along with that. So that's August 20th, and those wines, for the first time, will be available for purchase that night, or, again, if it's a larger quantity, purchase that night and then delivery in a day or 2.
Okay, perfect. Well, there you have it. If you haven't been here before, or you love coming here, leave comments. Be sure to come down, see Tony, and taste Chef Casey's food. And as we've done in the past, Tony has been kind enough to do a $25 gift card. The old rules apply. You have to like it, share it, and leave a comment, and we'll do a drawing and we'll reach out directly to the contest winner. So with that, I'd like to thank Tony for allowing me to come in and take a few minutes of his time off. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.